Hello everybody, this is Micron, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Micron Legends Starscream. Now this is the Japanese version of the Armada Starscream. And here's his little Minicon partner, Swerve I believe it was. At least in the US it was, because in Japan it's different names. Here's the box. Some nice artwork. Got to the side, some more artwork. It's not in the best condition, but this is how it came in. So yeah. Shows you how to use the Minicon. All that cool shit. I guess it shows you different figures in the line. Cool. And then product image of the toy. And yeah. And here's the Starscream. You can deploy the thing in this mode, but we'll do it in the other, in the what's it called mode? In the robot mode. There you go. Oh yeah, little trading card. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And also here's instructions. And I'm never gonna go in detail on that because it's just fucking instructions. Yes, the electronics still work. He rolls, he doesn't, because he got wheels. Oh, he got wheels, he doesn't. If you look at the bottom carriage of these two, he cleans up much nicer than he does. At least the arms do. So you get a cleaner profile. As we get into robot mode, we'll see some differences for sure. We'll also see why Hasbro did not use this same colored plastic yeah, we'll see why they didn't use that same color plastic, and yeah, so we'll begin the transformation on the original. It's very simple. So you want to come to the arms, unfold that, straighten that out, get the hand out, do the same thing on the other side. Perfect. You want to unfold the leg, do the same thing on the other side, untap that from there, then this will tab into place, but we're not going to do that yet. So fold that, like so, and then now, there you go, automorph. Oh yeah, and I forgot to pull out the heels, and we got Armada Starscream or Micron Legend Starscream in robot mode. And now the elephant in the room. We're actually going to go regular zoom. Let me turn on the lights because you can't really see it in this lighting. Okay, hopefully that cleared things up. But you can see there's bits of red, like were left off. It's because the red plastic is rubbing against the insides here. And it's not something I tried using some wipes to like remove it, and no avail, it's still there. So yeah, the plastic is ruining the insides of it and kind of the outsides a little, which is kind of a bummer. This toy does have knees, but you can't really get any good uses out of them other than maybe like a that pose. I wouldn't want to do that because I'll scratch up that paint on his knee, which already kind of scratched. I don't know if that's for me or from the original user, because I got this secondhand. But yeah, Okay, now here's the two Starscreams in their robot modes, and neither one is animation accurate. As while this does have the painted the forearm area painted red, like in the animation, there's some things this does better. Like the whole proportions in the chest area are much more animation accurate than this one's chest proportions. And also the paint on the legs and how the leg deco is done is much more animation accurate, but the feet are a lot more accurate on this new one than the old one. Here, at least the car attempt here. In addition, also a thing that's not accurate on either one is both of them being black. So that's supposed to be black, it's supposed to be gray, but that's a whole other story. A whole other thing. I'm trying to think what else, because this is on that forearm paint I was mentioning. Oh yeah, the random red there. The white that's on his head is accurate. The more orange eyes are accurate. The face sculpt on here is a little more, like just the face part, not like the surrounding head box. Because this has the right shape, but the face is not correct. If you just slap that one's face on there, boom, perfect Armada Starscream. In addition, the area where the Micron would have been, which would be right here, is there's no port on here, it's absent, but it kind of folds up there. But if you want to have it more accurate to the show and toy, you do that. But yeah. And then I think the more squared up arms here are not accurate. I think his is more accurate there in that aspect. The position of the cockpit is more accurate, just because I think it's the wings here that are placed too low, whereas here they're just perfect. The shape of this area honestly probably changes from scene to scene, so they're probably both accurate in that aspect. The shape of his wings, this one's more accurate than this one, I believe. And trying to think any other differences, but yeah, how the wings separate, it's kind of similar, except how this one does the gimmick is different. So the new one comes with a piece that's supposed to look like his wing sword, but it isn't, and the wing doesn't come off. Whereas here, let's show you. You take off the wing, it just pegs in there. You have to undo a tab. Oh, you can see the red paint like getting on there. That's fantastic. Untap that. Boop, boop. Boopity boop. And there it is, the sword. And look at how much longer and bigger that is than the dinky one that comes with the Hasbro version. Now we're going to do the gimmick. So I'm just going to pull these forward because the new toy does that. Whereas the old toy, you got to place the Micron on the Micron port. So I don't know how long it makes that for, but yeah, it makes noises. Yeah, and of course the missiles fire. Or I thought they did. Did I? No, yeah, I entered them in, right? Okay. Well, that was weird. It seems like the tolerances on these aren't too incredibly great. It kind of hurts hitting the button, too. I don't remember it being like that, because I own the Thundercracker version of this. So I was given that, or gifted that, later in life. But I don't own the Starscream. At least, I don't think I do. But yeah, oh, and then unlike the Starscream, I think the Starscream one, the Decepticon symbols on both sides weren't painted. Or, they were painted, but it was all globbed, so, like, the insides weren't, like, white, as you see here. It wasn't, like, carefully painted like this one is. And, yeah, we'll go over articulation. I didn't even really go into that. He has no waist. He got knees and a thigh swivel. But you really can't do anything when the legs don't move in and out at all, so it's kind of pointless. It's double jointed elbows due to transformation, but yeah, you do have a. I don't even want to call that a bicep swivel, but it is a bicep swivel, and his arms are like gangly. In addition, there's no wrist swivels due to how it transforms. Granted, the new one has that same issue. But yeah. Um, but I will say though that this version of the figure, I do have nostalgia for this Armada Starscream because I remember messing with my dad's Armada Starscream, which was the gray version. I don't know if the legs were similar deco. I think it might have been. I have no idea. But this is just a fun toy. Always love doing this. Just I don't know why I find it entertaining, but yeah, no, I always loved this figure, despite its weird proportions and the arms being kind of gangly. I don't. They might be just barely long. I don't know if it's like because of how thin it is. I don't know. It throws out the proportions there. Yeah, I think it's the elbows. Like I think if they just painted it halfway white on here, it would have not looked as bad. Oh, and then if the no, it's the forearms. The forearms look too long. That's what it is. Cause I'm wondering. Hold on. I'm just gonna move the elbows. Okay, that looks better. That looks marginally better. Like, that does look better. That being said, that's not how it's supposed to go. But yeah, I love this toy despite its faults. It's a very nostalgic piece, and it's nice to have this version. I just won't be transforming it because of obvious reasons. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but yeah, I can still have some fun with it. So that's nice. I'd recommend getting any version of the Armada Seeker mold because there are plenty of repaints. There's of course the Japanese Takara one, which I have here. There is the Hasbro version, which is the more common one you can get. There's sorry, I'm just fucking dying here. Oh, fuck! Before we get into the repaints, talking about those, I forgot to transform Swerve. So you simply push down on this, open his arms up, and just kind of hinge that down. Fold the feet down. You could technically spread these, but like he's not gonna stand like that. And he has Swerve, and he's very nicely painted, indeed. I can't remember if the Hasbro one's painted as well or better. I don't know, but yeah. For context, if he was on this figure, he'd probably, since he's about yay big with him, and he gets up to like right up there, he might actually be the same height if they would do him again. Just because if you're comparing it with the fins on here, because he kind of reaches almost the same height to the fin. However, if we're just doing it to the leg as a whole, that actually might, yeah. Okay, they might have to downsize him. Oh no, they would, because it wouldn't work for the gimmick. You definitely have to be smaller. But doing like this simple of engineering at that size is probably pretty easy. God damn. But yeah, okay, as I was saying, repaints. There's this, the US version. Then there's the Costco Energon 2-pack one with, I think it was a repaint of Red Alert called Prowl, if I remember correctly. And then you got the Thundercracker version, which was released in Armada, which is pretty easy to get a hold of. You got Armada Skywarp, which is a little harder to get, but you can still track him down easier than this version. Then there's the Universe Ramjet, who is pretty easy to get. Or not easy, no, he's a pain in the ass because it comes with a bunch of Minicon repaints. Yeah. And then, of course, there's the Thrilling 30 versions. If you want more updated version, there's Thrilling 30. There's also the new Generations or Legacy version. And yeah. So overall, it's a fun mold. I'd recommend it to people. It's the Starscream I grew up with, and it's very nostalgic. Anyways, this is me, Qua. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, peace out.